What is up everyone, it's CMG here. So as you've probably already seen some while ago, we got given the biggest Overwatch 2 content drop for a very long time. And for a moment, it was pretty tough for me to get my head around absolutely everything. So you can understand why it's taken me quite some time to get this video up here. So Overwatch 2 unveiled their livestream Spotlight that lasted approximately 40 minutes in length, and it did exactly what it set out to do. Reveal tons of upcoming content that we can expect to see coming to the game later this year, including changes to current game modes, new skin content, and of course sneak peeks to new maps and heroes. Now this wasn't just for Season 15, as you just saw from its own trailer. The name of the season will be known as Honor and Glory, which promises to offer its usual fresh new content and game mechanics. However, we also got quite a roadmap for future seasons down the line as well, including seasons 16, 17 and 18. For this, Blizzard have kindly provided a structural roadmap of what, where and when content will be brought out for which seasons, which you can see right here. So yeah, I wasn't lying when I said this was somewhat of a huge barrel of content that we have to try and unpack here. So for the benefit of my sanity and ability to make a video, I will try and briefly explain pieces of this individually, and if I feel like I want to step in and improvise by giving some input, I will place them where applicable. If I miss anything out, I do apologise. I am human after all. So Season 15, which is being given the name Honor and Glory, is coming with a whole array of content and a fresh new way to play. Now, the first and probably the main attraction is how Overwatch 2 will be played going forward. Introducing Perks, the new addition on its way to the game. Perks are said to be additional upgrades to a hero's kit that will unlock during match proceedings. These perks can be chosen by players to fit strategic needs and alter playstyles accordingly, which will help with game adaptation. So for example, if you're playing as a tank like Orisa and you need to take a defensive approach to a game, you can choose to deploy a shield rather than bring a spear, and vice versa if your team plans to go more on the offensive. I think this makes for an interesting way to make game strategy a lot more dynamic than how it is right now, where you just pick a hero and away you go. There's a lot more things to think about now. We'll have to see what it brings to the current game when Season 15 comes out. It's really exciting and I can't wait to play it. Now, the mythic content we can expect to see in Season 15 are the mythic skin for Zenyatta, which is known as Pixiu, and the mythic weapon will be for Widowmaker. Interesting choice to choose Zen as the wielder of the mythic skin this time around. I actually predicted that either Lucio or Brig would get the skin, considering it was most certainly going to be a support this time after Reinhardt being a tank. But Zen is fine. I think the design of this skin looks awesome, and Widow's weapons design looks like the cyberpunkish piece of goodness that I'd like to see every now and then. I'm sure we'll take a better look at these in good time. Now then, isn't this a real treat for this next edition in Season 15? Loot boxes are coming back. Yes, you heard that correctly. I'm not making this up. Loot boxes are really coming back. Brofist to anyone who remembers these things way back in Overwatch 1. So according to Blizzard, loot boxes can be obtained both in the Battle Pass and in the weekly rewards, and will reveal random surprises for players. Most certainly content of sorts, not entirely sure what sort of content that'll be. Maybe some skins, who knows. We'll have to see what those are later on, but for now, it's good to see that they're finally making their long-awaited return to the game. Now for the rest of Season 15's goodies that I'll briefly give a mention to, since I want to try and make this video as short as possible, but as informative as possible, there will be a competitive reset for all of the ranked players out there, just like way back in Season 9. There will be a new competitive reward in the form of galactic weapons, which are these crazy celestial style weapon designs that you can earn only through competitive. Those most certainly look really good. There'll also be a short weekend trial for the next hero to join the Overwatch 2 roster, Freja. More on her later. There'll also be a new K-pop collaboration, again with the brand Le Seraphim. There will be a new Overwatch 2 Classic mode added, which aims to include the most infamous GOATS meta. And finally, 6v6 competitive and quick play modes will be rolled out during the mid-season. Overall, I must say this season looks pretty meaty for what's being offered here. I'm most certainly looking forward to the loot boxes coming back, but what are you most looking forward to in Season 15? Let me know in the comments. Now then, Season 16's content is just as intriguing as the previous season. Now considering Season 14 brought us Hazard as a new hero, and 15 having no hero, it only makes sense to reveal a new hero this time around. So the hero we're getting, one that is most certainly a damage hero, is Freja, who is known as a bounty hunter. She wields a crossbow for a weapon, and from the looks of things is going to be more of a aerially focused hero with tons of movement ability, both horizontally and vertically. From her design and name, it looks like she will most certainly be another Scandinavian hero to be added alongside Torben Brigida. I'm actually predicting she'll be Norwegian though, instead of Swedish, just by the name and what she's wearing. It's almost kind of a giveaway in a sense. She looks amazing. Of course we'll get to playtest her in the weekend during Season 15 before she enters the game permanently in Season 16, so we can look forward to her. Now, what is just as exciting as Freja is coming to Season 16, we also have seemingly something else that will be a fresh new way to experience Overwatch 2, a new mode known simply as Stadium. Now, when I first saw this, I'll be honest, I was kind of confused because of how complex all of the menus are and how gameplay kind of looks. Of course they stress that everything isn't final from all of the footage being shown, but from what I understand, Stadium is a new way to play in which you assign new powers to your heroes in the form of unique buffs that when paired up can form a whole new and unique playstyle based on what you've picked. You'll use these and work together with your teammates and try to outplay the enemy team strategically, and by picking the right buffs should supposedly fit what the team might need and help your team to victory. All of this will be played on revamped maps, and the game mode will not only be played in first person, but also in third person as well. Some of the content being showcased during the stream also cheekily showcases a new map that will arrive for a future season, and I would think perhaps in Season 17. Now, Stadium is planned for a much later season, so we'll have to wait for it. From what I've seen, I feel it looks a little confusing in places, but I feel as though once we get an idea how things work after a few games trying it out, we'll start to understand its merits and hopefully we'll consider it a fun and replayable mode. Now, as far as Season 16 cosmetics are concerned, they aim to announce a Mythic Juno skin, another support to receive such a skin after Zenyatta, and the Mythic weapon will be given to Mercy. There are also plans to release some Doki Watch Magic Girl skins that clearly remind me of Sailor Moon, right? I mean, it goes without saying. And the Juno Mythic skin will also assign itself amongst this line of Doki Watch skins. So most certainly Season 17 is going to be based off of a Doki Watch Magic Sailor Moon style type theme. Seems interesting enough, right? Now the final two announcements scheduled for Season 16 at the latest will of course be the new collaborations which are yet to be revealed. And finally we have hero bans coming back, which is most certainly a much requested feature to be added to ranked gameplay specifically. Of course, Marvel Rivals currently has this in its ranked system, and Overwatch 1 even had this for a time, but was later taken away from the game. For some dedicated ranked players, I'm sure this will be something that they most certainly will be wishing for. Okay, moving into Season 17 now, and we have a few new things to briefly mention here too, according to the roadmap. The Mythic skin and weapon will be assigned to D.Va and Reaper respectively. A new Flashpoint map that will join the game in the form of Atlas. A new trial period for testing a future hero named Aqua. And we also have something being added that I have been wanting the game to bring for the longest time. A map voting system. I'm honestly amazed that they're announcing this right now, to be honest. A long time ago, I'd actually hoped that they would introduce this to the game much sooner, but here we are now. So hopefully gone will be the days where you'll painfully have to wait to see what map you'll join next by pure random. You'll get to vote on what map you want to play on next after playing out the next game, so that should be interesting. Finally, Season 18, as mentioned earlier, will be the announcement of the next hero in line to join the game, Aqua. Now, very little is known about this hero, but I'd like to think that he'll be the new support hero, and uses water as a tool to heal his allies. Aqua, from his design, looks like he comes from a Chinese background and he uses either a staff or a polearm of some sorts as his weapon. He will use this, and what his kit will be, we'll have to find out at a later time. But he looks really interesting. Okay, well, I hope that's everything covered in the Overwatch 2 Spotlight stream. I understand I probably missed a bunch out, like upcoming legendary skins and whatnot, but I feel that it's better for me to showcase these skins at a later time when they get released either in a shop or in each battle pass. Makes it a lot easier for me. As I said, I want to try and make this video as short as I can while attempting to mention everything, albeit briefly, but informative enough to get everyone's attention. So yeah, if I did miss some things out, I'm sorry. I am human after all, and I can only do so much, but there you go. So what did you think of all of the major reveals during the Overwatch 2 Spotlight stream? What caught your eye the most? What are you most looking forward to? Let me know down in the comment section down below. So this is going to be the end of the video, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you so much for getting to this point in the video. It really does help me out so greatly. If you like this idea for content and you want to see more in the future, go ahead and click on the subscribe button, send a comment, like the video, and then turn on your notifications. It really does help me out a great deal. You can also check me out on all of my other social medias, my Twitter account, my Discord, and of course my TikTok, and let's not forget as well my Instagram and my Threads. Thank you for stopping by, chaps. Have a great day, have a great life, be nice to your fellow gamers because we're all human beings. I've been CMG as always. Until the next video, I shall see you later. Peace.